Welcome back to another live stream. I have a camera in my background. Earlier on, I was filming some sit down videos, but I remembered that there is this one topic that I haven't actually told you guys, and yet it is one of the key things why I traveled all the way from Kampala, Uganda to come to Nairobi, Kenya, because I realized that a lot of you guys still need an update on that. And it has been a hoot, believe it or not, navigating throughout almost 2 months in Nairobi, Kenya. This camera doesn't look good here. I'll just try to transfer it. Yeah, maybe there. Yeah, that is quite better. You guys can see it, but I usually film also on camera. That is a Nikon D5 200, and I usually film sit down videos with it. It has better camera, and obviously it's a camera, and I usually transfer everything to my phone, edit on my phone. But in today's vlog, I want to just indulge in telling you the main reason why I came to Nairobi, Kenya, share with you guys where that has reached, because it's almost 2 months and I'm almost out of time in Nairobi, Kenya. There is a lot to do, there is a lot to see. It is literally a lot, but yeah, the good thing, I got an opportunity to finally go to KMTC, Kenya Training, KMTC, Kenya Medical Training College. I finally got a chance to go there. It took me a little bit of time to be able to go there to check through the system and know how can I be admitted to do my higher diploma in nursing. You guys know that I'm a VMMC nurse, voluntary medical male circumcision nurse. That is my specialty. That's why I specialized in a certificate in anesthesia, a local anesthesia, and a certificate in BLS and that is basic life support. And like, it's a lot. If you're a nurse or a person who has a small history about nursing and medical field, you definitely know that. So that is my specialty, regardless of the fact that right now I'm in Nairobi, Kenya, enjoying my time like an ordinary guy. When I'm in Uganda, I'm in scrubs and I'm in hospital and I'm receiving reports, writing reports about patients and all that. But the main key importance of this vlog, or doing this vlog, I want to just take you through the process and let you guys know that it is really hard to get into medical schools in Nairobi, Kenya. My good Lord, if someone explained this to me, my good Lord, it is so hard to get into your medical schools here. I don't know if it is the same process back in Kampala, Uganda, but my good Lord, it is really, really hard, guys. Oh, it is really hard. So the day finally comes, and I traveled to KMTC with Gabrielle. That is like 2-3 weeks ago, but I have not gotten time to come here explain to you guys very well. So I reached at KMTC, Kenya Medical Training College. That is the branch in Nairobi, Kenya. And first of all, we roam around, because Gabriel also, this is his first time in medical institutions and all that. So both of us are roaming around, entering into the different nurses and allied health science profession, lab, pharmacy, this. So we are looking for an office where we can be cohabited and ask questions. Finally, the gate guy tells us where the nursing wing is. Mind you, nursing as a career, we work hand in hand with doctors, or medical doctors, or clinicians, and we are as important as the doctor. Let that sink in you. We are as important as the doctor, because most of the time the decisions doctors make, we actually have to certify them, regardless of the fact that they look at us to be somehow of lower cadres. But I kid you not, in Uganda, where I've worked in government hospitals, Mulago National Referral Hospital, working in Lubaga Hospital, Kampala Hospital, we really know what the energy and what the nurse brings to the table. So we enter into the nurses wing, and we are able to consult with the senior nurse, I think the principal nurse, and consulting with the principal nurse. She welcomes us very well. By now my heart is beating because I don't know why, most of the time my heart beats when I'm in such institutions. By now my heart is beating, and we sit down. She welcomes us very well. Then Gabrielle explains to him in Swahili that this is Tanya from Kampala, Uganda. He's here, he wants to know the process of attaining an admission at KMTC so that he can get his diploma in nursing and all that. So the sister, first of all, gets us through the whole process. She explains to the. By the way, when you hear me saying sister in nursing, a senior is called a sister. Yeah, it's called a sister. So it is not by coincidence. But she explains to us very well that in order to get into KMTC or in a nursing institution here in Nairobi, Kenya, there are different levels you have to go through. The first one, and which is the most important one, you have to make sure that they certify your documents, that is your O-level results and your A-level results. Now, right now in Nairobi, Kenya, they are still using the new curriculum. Yeah, they are using the new curriculum. But a few years ago, like 3-4 years ago, they used to have O levels and A levels. Let me know in the comment section below if you went through the whole process, the same process. But yeah, she explained to us that you have to bring your O-level certificate, your transcript and all that, so that they are actually confirmed or like made sure that they are real by the Kenya education kind of system. Then from the Kenya education kind of system, they are the ones who are supposed to tell them if these documents are right. Then bring those documents back to KMTC. Then they can give me a position or an admission to be able to do nursing at a higher diploma level here in Nairobi, Kenya. Now, she was not very, very exact on what I have to do. So she tells us to go to another office within KMTC that is here in Nairobi. And we moved out to that office. The good thing, we found that they had very, very many consultants in there. There were very, very many nursing students in there and allied science students. Allied means that profession that aids nurses and doctors to do their work. For example, laboratory assistants, pharmacy, what else? There are a couple of allied courses. So I go in there with my bunch of documents. I go in there with my bunch of documents, sitting through the line, and my time comes to ASIC. Everyone was so supportive because Gabrielle, they had told them that I'm not from around and all that, and they really knew how to help me, tell me where to go here, go there, go here, go there. So I was able to do that. I reached the station and I found a very calm guy. Then I asked him, my name is Tanya, I'm from Kampala, Uganda. I'm already a certified nurse and I want a higher diploma in nursing. I want to do it at KMTC. What are the proceedings? Now, before even I come to this stage, initially while I was still at the consultants, the first nursing in charge we found at KMTC, their first office, she had tried, not in a bad way, but she had tried to tell me, you know what, when you come to Kenya, most of the time our education system is quite different. And when she knew that I was already a VMMC nurse and practicing VMMC, she was like, now you might have to go back, do the whole 4 years. Then I was like, 4 years, I can't do now 4 years, I'm almost 20, now I'm going to 28 years. I don't have time to waste anymore in school. I only have time to upgrade vertically and not horizontally. I didn't mention that, but that is what was going through my mind. So she was like, now you might have to repeat because the Kenyan system is completely different from the Ugandan system. And she was like, let me see your transcript. So she gets out my transcript and she says that I had done anatomy and physiology, I had done primary health care, nursing, foundations of nursing 1 and 2, medicine 1 and 2, surgery 1 and 2, first aid. I had done pediatrics 1 and 2. Those are some of the courses we do as nurses while we are about to start practicing. So she's like, oh, you have done all these, then it means that you are actually a nurse. Then I was like, yeah, I'm a nurse. I told you I'm a nurse and I've been practicing and employed by the Ugandan government to do nursing. And that was her perspective. Then I started getting beeping lines in my mind. I was like, if she didn't recognize this, because I presented my transcript, my certifications, my licenses, Ugandan licenses, my other documents, like as I told you guys, after being certified as a nurse, if you're going to specialize, you're supposed to do other courses. So I had done another course in VMMC, local anesthesia. I have another certificate in BLS and SCLS. So I'm like, I presented all these documents to this lady, and she's saying that I might have to repeat nursing in Kenya. And that is 4 years. I'm almost 28. I don't have any other time to waste when it comes to nursing school. I've been in nursing school for over 4 years in Uganda, and I can't waste any time. Anyway, cut the story short. I go to the office where the guy I was telling you about, he was very calm. He passed me through the whole process and he explained to me that now this is the process, Tanya. Mind you guys, I tried with all my heart and resources and making friends online to make sure that I come with the right documents and everything I need to get into KMTC. I tried, but no one mentioned that as a nurse, I need to first of all make sure I get a Kenyan license so that I can be admitted into KMTC or any nursing school, be it University of Nairobi, Kenyatta University School of Nursing, where. No one mentioned that. Mind you, I was on Facebook, I was everywhere looking for this information. No one told me that. But when I got to that office, the guy told me the first thing, Tanya, you have to make sure that your license is, you're supposed to make sure that you get a Kenyan license in order for you to get into KMTC and also practice here as a nurse. Yeah. Now, if you don't know a little bit of knowledge when it comes to this, when they tell you that, it means that you have to get an index. It means that after getting an index, you have to sit for examinations, the Kenyan examinations for Nurses Council, for you to get a license that allows you to work in these chemists and probably in private and government hospitals in here in Nairobi, Kenya. So when I know that, I'm like, my heart is shattered because I know the process. As a nurse who has been practicing for almost 4 years, I've been working in government hospitals in Uganda. I know. When he said that, I was like, my good Lord, it means that I might not be able to get an admission in KMTC. In Kenya, that means that I might have to non-study in Kenya. That means I might have to go back to Uganda, attain my higher diploma there. Then on top of that, he tells me that their higher diploma, it is 2 years. In Kampala, Uganda, it is 1.5 years. But he tells me that in Nairobi, Kenya, it is 2 years. And the good thing, it is off-plan, meaning that weekend program. I said off-plan. That is how much I've become more addicted when it comes to these real estate vlogs I've been making. But he tells me that it is not full-time because you're already a nurse. There are weekend programs and online courses and online lessons, which is absolutely okay. But he tells me in order for you to get an admission here, you are supposed to go back to, first of all, go back to Uganda, get your original certificate of education, that is O levels, get your original certificate of education, that is A levels, get your transcript for A level, for O level, bring them to Nairobi, Kenya, take them to, it is called what? It is called KNQA. KNQA. I think that is the Kenya Certifying Board for Education in here. So he tells me first to go back to Uganda, get those documents, bring them here. They have to first certify them. When they certify them, they write to the Nurses Council of Kenya so that the Nurses Council of Kenya now will do the rest of the bit. Now, he didn't have a lot of information when it comes to Nurses Council of Kenya, but now he tells us that, you know what, it is called Kibera, near Kibera, just behind Kibera, that is where the Nurses Council, the Nurses Council and Midwives Body of Kenya is. That is where you're supposed to go. By the way, guys, if you come into the live stream, please like the video. Yes, please like the video. The like button is somewhere down there. Please do like the video. I'm discussing a topic on how I'm rethinking of not getting my higher diploma in nursing here in Kenya because the process is very complicated. My good Lord, the process is very complicated. So that's what we are discussing. But please, when you come in, like the video so that I can bring you along, because from day one, you guys knew that I was coming to Kenya to get an admission so that I can stay here permanently or at least have a residency kind of bit of, get to where so that I can stay here legally. But that is the story we are on. So the guy tells us to go to Kibera, where the Nurses Council of Kenya main headquarters are. So I reached there with Gabrielle. We actually take a matatu. Initially, we wanted to walk there because the distance looked to be a little bit shorter. But I would say, Gabrielle says, no, let's take a matatu so that we can go there, probably later on go to KNQA so that you can also see that process. So we reached at the Nurses Council of Kenya. First of all, I want to hand you your flowers. I don't know even if I have flowers, but the Nurses Council of Kenya compared to the Nurses Council of Uganda, you guys are shining. No wonder you have nurses imported in America, in USA, and all that. Yeah, no wonder. The Nurses Council of Kenya is gorgeous compared to our Nurses Council in Uganda. Then also here, I understand that your Nurses Council is only for nurses. In Uganda, it is the Ugandan Nurses and Midwives council. In here in Kenya, I think they are separated, midwives alone and nurses alone. But that's a by the way. So we reached the Nurses Council of Kenya. I already have mixed feelings already because I know that now I'm supposed to do an exam. I'm supposed to go back to Uganda, get documents. I'm supposed to come back and forth from Uganda. I'm thinking about, can I puzzle these documents in on a bus to Nairobi? Will they get lost? That is also another process. So my mind is already, I'm already overwhelmed because of that. Anyway, we enter into the Nurses Council of Kenya, welcomed very well. I was with Gabrielle. Gabrielle explains to them in Swahili very well. Mimi Kiswahili kidogo, don't know a lot of Swahili. He explained to them very well. Then we get access into the lounge area for the. You also have a lounge area at the Nurses Council. So we get in there. I get a few contacts, and they tell us to go to the first floor, where the consultation of the Ugandan nurses is, where the consultation of the Kenyan nurses is, and we can get information about nurses who want to come work in Kenya from other East African communities or these other East African countries. So we reach in there, we enter into the room, and the first thing this lady tells us is like, you are supposed to sit for an exam. You are supposed to sit for an exam. That's the first thing she tells me. But also, sitting for an exam would be there because I'm ready. Being a nurse and having practice for all that time, I have all the skills at my fingertips, and I'm quite a very dedicated guy when it comes to nursing practice. I chose the profession by heart, meaning that I know everything. And also when it comes to the total GP I got in nursing school, it was a good one because it is 4.9 average. So I really know when it comes to nursing. Doing the exam would be very open for me, like preparing and reading through and revising all my nursing procedures and nursing notes and all that. That is pretty easy for me. But she tells me you have to do the exam. Now, doing the exam would be there, but she tells me that the next exam is in May next year, 2026. Mind you, I wanted to start nursing school back in Uganda, July this year. Then I visited Nairobi, Kenya in May. I had visited Nairobi, Kenya in May, but I was to start nursing school in July this year. So she tells me, you know what, Tanya? The thing is, you're supposed to sit for an exam, and after sitting for that exam, we are supposed to give you an index number or a license practicing number. Then that number will help you enroll into KMTC. But in May, that is when the exam is, meaning that in August, there was no exam this year. September, there is no exam. November, there is no exam. December, there is no exam. January, February, March, April, May. Those are like 8 months already. I'm not in nursing school. Mind you, I wanted to start nursing school in July this year. I don't want to sound to be a bigot, kind of a person who's not very patient. I'm quite patient, but I already have plans in place. I can't wait for another year while I'm not in nursing school. I want to do my my bachelor's of nursing, my bachelor of science in nursing before I hit 30. I'm almost 28, so it means I'm running out of time. I don't have another year to waste. Anyway, she tells me, you know what, Tanya, that is the process. You're supposed to stand for an exam. That exam is going to be in May, and after in May, KMTC only will admit you in September. Now, September next year. Now, when you guys, give me advice, because now I was like, no way. No way. She was like, in case you wanted to come study at KMTC, you had to start this process in January this year. So that January this year, you start the process. May this year, the first time you travel to Nairobi, you are doing an exam. And probably September this year, you are going to be enrolled into KMTC. And the KMTC you want, of your choice. Yeah? I'm like, what the hell? My good Lord. Exam, May. Starting school, September next year. That is a whole other year. And I can't live in Kenya without having a stable job. YouTube is good for me and I get some good money from it, but it hasn't reached to that level. For example, Miss Trudy, that is a permanent example I can give you. Maybe Miss Trudy, maybe Wodemaya, maybe Amara, where they are making money that can sustain their lives. I haven't reached there. I have people who watch me like you guys, but the numbers are not crazy, so we cannot make that money every month to sustain me. So I'm like, back in Uganda, by the time I left, I had quit my job. job. Remember, I was working. If you have been following me along, you know I quit my job. I actually quit my job in May before I traveled here. Yeah, I quit my job because USAID was leaving, PEPFAR was leaving. Also, working under the government, it is good. You get the money, the workload is so much. I was looking into starting my own private facility in Uganda. So I was like, I had quit my job. So I'm like, now, in case I wait for May and start school in September, it means I'm going to spend the whole year either looking for jobs or trying to make ends reach, especially if I'm here in Kenya. But if I go back to Uganda, maybe I'll have an option of starting out my own facility, then start nursing school in January, because I was supposed to start in July, but I extended because I thought the process would be quite easier when I come to Nairobi, but it turns out the process is quite tight. Anyway, she explains to me very well, breaks down for me everything. As I told you guys earlier on, go back to Uganda, get your documents, bring them here. K&Q confirms the documents that they are real documents. After confirming that the documents are real documents, you will go back to Uganda again, tell the Nurses Council of Uganda, write to the Nurses Council of Kenya, and I send them my documents, my certificates, my licenses, practicing nursing practicing licenses. Send them my transcript via email, so that then they can call me, schedule an interview for me, and interview plus the exam. Yeah, I mentioned that already. Then also the other thing, which is not so big, but she told me in case you are not Kenyan, I'm supposed to pay $50. Now, $50 is like 150,000 Ugandan shillings, which is like 5,000 Kenyan shillings for the exam, and also for the index, and also for the practicing license. I guess so, which is Kenyan, so that I can have two licenses here in Kenya and there in Nairobi, Kenya, there in Uganda. Now, initially I was talking to my better half. Yes, I was talking to her because she also wanted to come here, because now the plan was, if I get into nursing school here, she can also come here, do her master's, because she already has a master's degree when it comes to business. So we are looking into, if I can get into KMTC here, then she can either get into University of Nairobi, so that we are all of us here, try to find our way around when it comes to Nairobi, because all of us loved it. She visited, I visited, we loved the place so much, absolutely fine. Then we were just having this long conversation, and I was telling her, you know what, I can't spend another year out of school. I can't spend another year out of school. I've already out of school for over 4-5 years. Initially, I was supposed to go back immediately, get my BSN. When will I get my master's? I have to accomplish all these things. We're a generation where we are actually driven by education, especially when it comes to where I come from, back in my family. I can't wait for another year. So she was telling me, you know what? Maybe we can you can start on processing the documents to get your license, your Kenyan nursing license, but come back to Uganda, start nursing school, because in Uganda, nursing school is going to be for 1.5 years. First of all, you are not going to go through all this process because you are Ugandan, you already have the certificates and all that in Uganda. And maybe also we can set up a mini clinic, chemist, you guys call them chemists here, and maybe employ someone. Then maybe back and forth, you can travel to Nairobi, create content, because she knows how much I love Nairobi. She knows how much I really love Nairobi, and how much I was rooting for her to also come here, get into University of Nairobi as I'm at KMTC. So she really knows. And initially I was like, she might just be trying to boycott around so that I stay, around and keep moving back and forth. But I really now understand, and I've gotten a broader picture, and I think I've come to the conclusion. So the conclusion will be, I'm going to apply for the license, the Kenyan license, try to get the Kenyan license. Then I'll go back to Kampala, Uganda, start nursing school there, because it's 1.5 years. Start nursing school in January. Then as I process on my license, for the Kenyan license, so that in May, I'll have to travel back here in Nairobi, sit for my exam by the Kenyan Nurses Council, in case I pass it, and I now definitely pass it, get my license, then that can either help me with time when I travel back within, shorter period of time, either to get work here or to just help me stay here legally in one way or another. But all that, it is just a conversation. Yeah, it is just a conversation, but that is the broader picture. Yeah, that is the broader picture I really wanted to just bring to your attention, that the process is quite tidy, the process is quite tight. Yeah, the process is quite tight. You can't just come from Uganda, say that you are going to start nursing school here, especially if you are already a nurse. You are supposed to do an exam, which is fine and well, but within every year they usually have exams only in May, and I can't wait for another year. Oh, someone is saying you can look at diploma in paramedics at Kenya Red Cross. Oh, that is also another. Oh, that is also another, by the way, idea. I'll have to write that down. I'll have to write that down. You said paramedic. Maybe if that works actually, and it can allow me, maybe that can, if see me that works, then I can definitely. You said paramedics at Kenya Red Cross. I'm going to research through this and see, in case there is an opportunity for me to apply there, stay here legally, that would be amazing. But so far, see me, that is what is on the plate. That is what is on the broader picture. Yeah, and I didn't want to hide this from you guys, that I'm going to go back in Uganda, and yet my dream was to come stay here. But that is how the situation is. Yeah, that is how the situation is. It is quite tight here, but I'm going to try to check on what you have recommended to me. See, in case there is a way I can actually, I'll definitely come back here and tell you guys, or tell you specifically, see me, that, it has worked out. But so far, that is how it is. Maybe the other thing that I haven't talked about when it comes to the whole of this conversation, it has been the tuition. Now, the tuition right now in Kampala, Uganda, for example, if you are going to be paying for yourself, let me just do a quick conversion here, because because of the Kenyan currency and Ugandan currency. But the tuition fees right now in Kampala, Uganda, for a nurse, especially an upgrading nurse, for example, you are doing a higher diploma, a semester, look at 2.2 million Ugandan shillings. 2.2 million Ugandan shillings. In Kenyan shillings, that is 81,191 Kenyan shillings for one semester. Yeah, that is for one semester in Uganda. Now, in Kenya, the only thing that I really loved when it came to KMTC, that is in a private institution, 80,000. That is in a private institution, 80,000 Kenyan shillings. In case you are getting a higher diploma and you are paying for yourself, that is how much you are going to pay every semester. And you need 3 semesters. Now, in Kenya, what I loved most about it is that you guys pay your tuition annually, because that is what the guy was telling me. And he told me that now the annual fees will be 120,000 Kenyan shillings. So that is pretty affordable comparing this to here in Nairobi, Kenya. In case I get an admission here, it means that I'll be saving over what? Every year. Because now the 80,000 is for a term in Uganda, because in Uganda we pay tuition per term. Every time you are going to be paying 81,000 Kenyan shillings for 3 terms. But here you pay 1 year 120,000 Kenyan shillings. So I'm already saving like maybe 30,000 Kenyan shillings when I study here than studying back in Kampala, Uganda. But that is the best thing that I really found, that it is really good, especially when it comes to the tuition I would be spending here compared to the tuition I would be spending back in Kampala, Uganda. Then also, I've done my thorough research. You guys know that I love research. If you know me in real life, you know that I do my research when it comes to things, especially which perturbs education and things that perturb day-to-day growth and development of either careers and things of a sort. I did my thorough research. You guys have amazing nurses. Like, forget about the half-baked nurses. Kenya has quality nurses. And how do I come to know about this? through research. I've been through the World Health Organization blog about nurses and midwives, and I've seen how much credit they give to the Kenyan nurses. I've read through blogs in the Saudi, UAE, especially for nurses and midwives. I've seen how much Kenyan nurses really know the skills, the nursing procedures when it comes to NG tubes, cannulation, drug administration, report, handover, social and what and political positions, how they really manage hospitals and wards. I've really read and seen. Also, I think it's from the NHS, that is from the United Kingdom. You guys are credited very, very much. Even when you are not Kenya, even when you are not a nurse, just know you guys are credited so much when it comes to most of those websites. And also, I've also seen that there is a section where recruitment favors a lot of Kenyan nurses and midwives compared to other African countries. I think what backs you up it is South Africa. Then we come probably in the fourth position by after, is it Malawi or another country? Just not another country. But that is one other thing that I feel like I'm going to miss a lot. Especially when it comes to not attaining my higher diploma here. Maybe I'll come back and attain my degree here, or my master's in nursing here. But that is one thing I feel like I'm going to miss a lot because of how much credit you guys are given when it comes to practical skills. Like, I was reading a story of a girl, I think she was called Wangui Irene, something like that. And all her superiors were literally talking about how when she came into her position as a sister in charge, everything changed within the hospital. This is one hospital in, I think, Great Britain. That is Manchester. They were giving her credit and how much she has really changed the art of nursing on the floor, how much she has been able to change a lot when it comes to governance, when it comes to management of employees, when it comes to teamwork, when it comes to delegating different roles. And I was just smiling. Yes, before doing this, before actually going to KMTC and knowing that I might not be able to get into KMTC, that is when I was reading this, and I was like, one day it will be me, Tanya, somewhere, and he's going to be the ward in charge, and he's talked about all these amazing things. But my hopes went back to zero, but regardless, we move. But it is something that I feel like I'm going to also miss a lot, not doing my higher diploma here in nursing, plus the tuition bit of it. As I told you guys earlier on, the tuition is really something that here in Uganda, if I'm in Uganda, I'm going to be spending over 30 more compared to how much I would spending here. And yeah, with that said, guys, I feel like I've been able to exploit that topic I really wanted to talk about when it comes to not keeping you in the dark, but letting you know that it is quite different, and the process is quite long and tidy and tight, not tidy but tight. Maybe Simi told me to try out this particular thing I just wrote down. I'll try out that and let you guys know. But that is so far how much the process is. Yeah, the process is not as easy and simple. I had to start this process in January. I had to travel here in January. After traveling here in January, I go to KMTC with all my original documents. They certify them, take them to the Nurses Council, travel back to Uganda. From Uganda, come back to Kenya, do the exam. They give me a nurse's practicing license. Maybe start working here as I wait to be admitted into the nursing school. But also, I haven't checked other institutions, because someone was saying that you can check other institutions and see that you guys have very many nurses institutions here. But someone was saying you can check other institutions and see, but I feel like the difference will be quite little. The reason why I'm saying so is that I'm already a nurse. So I'm not just going into nursing for the first time. And I'm pretty sure they will also need a license to allow me to be able to enter into their nursing schools. So that's why I've been quite reluctant, just a little bit reluctant to be able to look out for any other nursing school. But in Kiambu, there are nursing schools there, but I was already demotivated. I even never bothered to go there. In Nairobi, I've seen a couple of them, and different parts, I've seen a couple of them, but I was already demotivated. That's why I didn't take it upon myself to actually be able to do that. Yeah, but yeah, with that said, guys, I feel like I've been able to exploit what I wanted to tell you when it comes to that. And I have a couple of videos I'm still editing. They will be coming out in a few maybe days. I'm still in Nairobi. I'm leaving Nairobi on the 5th of November. If everything doesn't change, I'm leaving Nairobi on the 5th of November to go back to Uganda, rest a little bit, plan a couple of other things. This time around, I might not be able to go to Mombasa. I've seen a couple of you guys recommending me to, Tanya, please go to Mombasa, make videos in Mombasa, the SGR train, some other parts I've not been to. I would love to go there and do all those different things, but also I just feel like there is always another time for for such activities. I'm always going to be back in Nairobi. You guys gave me a warm welcome. I'm just 45 minutes away in Kampala, Uganda. By plane, by bus, it's almost a day. That bus, whenever I think about that bus, that is also another experience. My good Lord. But I'm not very far, you know. When I come back probably in December, I'm planning to go on the 5th, then probably come back at the start of December, spend a whole month here before I go to start nursing school back in Kampala, Uganda. But yeah, I'll always be trying my best so that I keep coming back and forth, back and forth. When I go back in November 5th, I'll try to make sure, not even try, I'll come back with my original documents for O levels and A levels and all the certificates, take them to Kenya, KNQA, make sure that they certify those documents and work on that process of also getting the license, because I might need it, especially as I travel back and forth. And you never know, I've met a lot of people might decide to give me jobs, because amongst you guys, you know, some of you guys are very big in Kenya, so you might decide to give me jobs and I don't have a license. So I'm going to go back to Uganda 5th November. After going back in Uganda 5th November, get all my documents. I'll rest a little bit because I also have a little bit of work to do there. Rest a little bit, a couple of 2-3 weeks, then travel back to Nairobi, take my documents there, they certify them, start working on the process of acquiring the Kenyan nurse's license, and you know, spend a whole other month here. I think in November, that's when I'll be able, December, that's when I'll be able to go to Mombasa. I heard that it is quite expensive in Mombasa in December, but I don't know. Anyway, if anything changes, you guys will be seeing the videos. But yeah, I'm trying to go there December, but I've heard that it's quite expensive. Yeah, I've heard that it's quite expensive. It's better to go there in January. But I'll keep you guys updated. I'll keep you guys updated as much as I can. And yeah, with that said, guys, I'll just keep on making videos, and thank you very much for people who have been watching them. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You guys don't know the difference you are making in my life. I came to Kenya with what, 29,000 subscribers. So far 3,000 people have added on. It is not so big, but as a person who really understands gratitude, I really know how much that is important to me. So I'm really so thankful for you guys for supporting me throughout the whole journey. 29 subscribers to 32,000 subscribers. That is really, really very huge, even with the small kind of audience I have, because I don't inject a lot of money when it comes to my content and do this and do this and do this. Most of the time I'm walking around, most of the time I'm experiencing things maybe for the first time, I'm making friends and things of a sort. But yeah, I'm really very excited for the opportunity. I'm going back to Uganda on 5th of November, work out those documents, get them back in Uganda. And Shifting News just arrived to the channel. Hello, Shifting News. Gabrielle introduced me to your channel. Yes, Gabrielle introduced me to your channel. I love watching your content, and I also see that you invest a lot of time in your content. But the topic of the topic of the live stream was that I might not be able to get into nursing school here. Probably when you rewatch the live stream, you will see why. But because of how tight it is between the Nurses Council and the KNQA here in Nairobi, Kenya, I might have to go back to Uganda, start nursing school there, then work on getting my license of practicing nursing here in Nairobi, Kenya. I love YouTube. It sustains me, get me a little bit of money as a side hustle, but it can't sustain my life, like my whole life. I have a whole other human being I take care of, and Nairobi is also quite expensive, especially when you're going to be staying in quite good neighborhoods and safe neighborhoods. So I'll have to just work on that license probably when I travel back and forth in case I get opportunities. You guys hook me up with opportunities, because I also understand now that to thrive in Kenya, you need your own people. Yeah, to thrive here in Kenya, you need to know that some people, it is not good, but that is how it is. That is how a lot of you guys have told me people have met. I've met people in Kiambu, I've met people at Two Rivers Mall. Yesterday I was in, the other day I was in Feta meeting you people there. I also met another subscriber actually at the Noka Free Zone, and they are just emphasizing, Tanya, please make the point that you try out your way to stay here in Nairobi, Kenya. We love you. I love you guys also as you love me, and just try your best so that you get around and find ways to stay here legally, and get your own tribe. That is the key thing amongst all people I'm getting. Get your own clique of people, have a Simi, have a Shifting News, have a Gabrielle somewhere, have a Thiongo somewhere, have a Tanya somewhere, have your own clique of people that in case anything is not working out, you reach out to them, they'll always give you a hand. Yeah. And with that said, guys, I think I've been able to explore what I wanted to explore very well, except if you have any other question. But I think I've been able to explore what I had to explore. This week, I'm staying at home mostly. I'm recording more of sit-down videos. I have my big boy here, big boy camera here. This is a Nikon D5200. I'm recording more of sit-down videos. The last week, I've been a lot in field. I caught up with a little bit of flu and cough. And this week I'm trying to stay at home. But I wanted to do actually Thika Road. I wanted to do Thika Road, by the way. So probably I'll be doing Thika Road next week or at the end of the week. But I wanted to do Thika Road. I'll be doing Thika Road because you guys have told me that in Thika Road, that is where everything ends from. So I'm looking deeply into that probably before the week ends or early next week. I'll try to do Thika Road, bring you along my experiences on that. I'm trying not to be very meticulous when it comes to the kind of content I'm creating, because I also don't want to go very, very viral. I don't want to be very, very famous. No. That is not the goal. The goal is to just share my experience. That's why I try to, if you are very critical with my content, you see that I try to sometimes cover even parts that would bring in a little bit of more views. But I just want to be known, but not so much known. I don't want to be super, super known, because anytime I'm going back to nursing, and when I'm in nursing, I'm not doing YouTube, and I just want to be by the bedside and do the Lord's work, which is taking care of patients and all that we do in nursing. Yeah, but I'll make the point that I do Thika Road before I travel back to Uganda, and all those different things along Thika Road. I'll do it my best. I'm trying also to meet a lot of you guys. I've been meeting very many of you, but I'm trying to meet more of you guys. On Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm meeting Wekesa. Now, Wekesa, I'm giving him an advert. If you haven't yet subscribed to Wekesa, Renson, please go subscribe to Wekesa Renson. He has been off YouTube for the last 2 years. Right now he's back. Go please subscribe to him. Amazing content. Tomorrow I'm meeting up with him. We shall do probably a little bit of projects here and there. Then also subscribe to Shifting News. I saw him in the chart. In case you haven't, please go subscribe to him. He has amazing content. What he does, I can't do. And for me, I'm that kind of person who has been really go to the point where I can easily accept things that I really can't do and give credit where people can do these things best. Whenever I see Shifting News videos, I'm like, wow, this guy, oh God, that is amazing. He has a lot of information about projects running in Nairobi. He has information on this and that, and yeah, it's amazing. So please also go subscribe to them. And except if you guys have any other question, but I feel like I'm done. Right now, I'm going to just continue editing a little bit of videos I have. Earlier on, I recorded a video about why Ugandans are marrying Kenyans for citizenship. It's a hot topic, so probably you'll see that later on today. And I'll just do that, edit, rest a little bit, and let me see you probably guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to see Wekesa, so tomorrow I might not be able to come, but any other day. Shifting News is saying, pass my regards to Gabriel and thank you for also giving him wonderful tips. You are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. Hope one day we're gonna meet. Oh, that's amazing. Gabriel is an amazing guy. Gabriel is an amazing, amazing guy. I can't really explain to you guys like how Gabriel is. Gabriel is that guy. Is that guy that every person needs a Gabriel in their life. And in case you don't have a Gabriel in your life, make sure you check yourself. Yeah, make sure you check yourself. Is that guy who will do everything for you, and again feel like they haven't done enough for you. Does that make sense? Where I come from back in Uganda, I'm used to king treatment. I'm not used to king treatment in simplicity. And finding a person who can literally help you, nurture you, teach you how to thrive in a new country, does like, can you equate that? Someone teaches you, nurtures you, gives you tips, yeah, how to survive in a new country, yeah? Yeah, guys, Gabriel is another one. It is one of those belligerent behavior that I really, really adore when it comes to Kenyans. I adore Kenyans so, so much. In Uganda, we are very, very reserved. Very, very reserved. Very, very reserved. Actually, I think I'm one of those content creators on YouTube from Uganda who is quite open. And in Uganda, we are very, very reserved. Like, Gabriel challenged me that in case I get a person visiting Uganda, I have to be as selfless as I can to help them adapt and fit into the country, because he like lent me something. Omai, in Uganda we say kuole banja. He lent me something that I have to recover through someone. That is Gabriel. He is amazing. Right now he has started his YouTube channel, guys. In case you guys have not yet subscribed to him, his channel is called Turning Point Africa. He is still learning, but there is progress. I'm pretty sure it is a lot. YouTube is quite a lot. I've been on YouTube since 2016, so it is a lot, it is a lot, and it is overwhelming, especially when you are starting out, but he will definitely catch up with time. So please go support him. His channel is called Turning Point Africa. Turning Point Africa. So please go subscribe to him. He will be bringing you vlogs around Nairobi, Kenya, here and there, as he also tries to learn other skills in editing and in thumbnails and in YouTube SEOs and all that, and live stream. It is quite tight, especially as a new content creator. But yeah, I'm doing my best so that I also try to bring him on board so that he can learn all these different things, how to take it slowly, how not to read from the same book, how to do this, how to understand being unique. All of us, we are not going to be Tanya. No. That is not going to happen. One of us will be Tanya, and that is because I'm Tanya. One of us will be Shifting News because it's Shifting News. One of us will be Miss Trudy. One of us will be Dolphins. One of us will be... And I'm just trying to make sure that he really understands that from the word go. He's special in his own way, and whatever content he's going to create is going to be special in his own way, So he just keep going. So I'm really also trying to make sure that I pump him with the knowledge I've gotten over the time I've been on YouTube since 2016. Just let him know that, it's okay. We are not in a rush. Not in a rush for views, for subscribers, for what? For posting time, this and that and that. Just post anytime you feel like posting. And if a video is to go viral, it will go viral. If a video is to relate with someone, it will relate with someone. In case it will not relate, it's okay. This is not a battle. It's not a battle. So I'm just so grateful for Gabriel. I know he might be watching this right now. He's in town. He's in Tau. Right now he's in Tau. I'm not with him, but I'm pretty sure he will be watching this. I appreciate him so much, so much. I met him on YouTube, like how we usually meet people. When I traveled here in May, went back to Kampala, Uganda, commenced with my day-to-day activities of work and all that. I kept on doing culture shock videos because the culture shocks were really, really very, very immense the first time I came. And the malice was that I can be able to connect with a lot of you guys. And there came a comment from Gabriel, and just sent him my email. Then he wrote back to me. Then he was really, really happy for me that I had visited Nairobi, Kenya. Then he was watching all my other older videos from 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago. Then I'm like, you know what, Gabrielle, I'm about to quit my job. I want to come to Nairobi, start nursing school, probably see what the next can be for me. Then he's like, Tanya, make point, you take your time before you quit your job and all that. But in case you are ready, whenever you decide, we are here in Nairobi and all that, you can always come and you make content and all that. Then initially I was like, maybe this guy is joking. Yeah, you know those things, meeting people online. Initially I was like, maybe this guy is joking now. Where you cannot like, hey, anyway. It was a period of Mandamano. We are having conversations about Mandamano. Just know whatever was happening in Kenya within that period of Mandamano, we are always on phone with Gabrielle, like most of the time, especially while he was not at work. We are on time. He explained to me everything. I don't want to go in details because that might be a trigger, but for things that have happened in the past. But yeah, he explained to me the political aspect, the economic aspect, the spiritual aspect of Kenya and everything, and why Kenyans are very hospitable. Kenya being like the backbone, its main backbone, it is tourism. And he was just giving me heads up. He explained to me the money, how the money works here, how opportunities are here, why some Kenyans are very rich, why some Kenyans are not very rich, the wash. Actually, the wash when I came here, that's when I knew about it critically. But because I always had questions, Kenyans, man, they are rich, but you know, he went through above and beyond to explain to me how things work here. Maybe not 100%, but most of the information I know right now came from Gabrielle. When I traveled here in August, he waited for me at the bus station, picked me up, took me in, taught me how matatus work, how money work, protected me, like translated for me, did everything for me. So that is the kind of Gabrielle. So I'm just hopeful that every one of you guys get a Gabrielle in their life that can help them, especially when they travel anywhere in the world. But he's an amazing guy, and I'm really, really very, very appreciative of him. So I would really, really pray and, you know, please go support him. Please, 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 I'm on my knees. Go support him. Turning Point Africa. The content is not yet there, but it is coming there. The content is not there, but it is coming there. You know, it takes time. Yeah, it really takes time. It really takes dedication and all that. But when you subscribe to him, he will get the energy to keep creating, keep, you know, going back and forth to improve the content and all that. So please go support him. His channel is called Turning Point Africa. Yeah. And some of the videos actually I created first when I came to Nairobi. The second time I came to Nairobi, most of them were like he directed those videos actually without knowing, because in videography and all that, we have video directing and all that. But most of those videos he directed them because he chose the places. I didn't know any place in Nairobi. The first time I flew in here, it was in May. I lived in Parklands with my friends. We are just having life of the party in Nairobi. We didn't do a lot of content. I had not tested the matatu. I didn't know how the money works, M-Pesa, all those things. So he really, really taught me all those things, and he took me through the whole process. Yeah, and all those first videos you see, for example, the video we went to Talanta Stadium, videos around the different streets in Nairobi, Kenya. He actually brought the idea to me of neighborhoods that, as a person who really loves real estate, and I come from a family where my father is an engineer who actually builds homes and all that, I was very eager to see, because growing up I always went with my dad once in a while to his sites. And being in this magnificent country, seeing the architecture here when it comes to malls and buildings, I was quite interested. But he bought me the idea and told me, you know what, you can go through all these things, maybe send your dad a couple of pictures here and there, so that he can compare very well what is done there and what is done here. So that's how I actually got into real estate. Not real estate getting into, that would be a lie. But that's how much I now love neighborhoods. I love, like, neighborhoods are on my This is the Stanham bone. They are literally here. In Uganda, we say, and you could go, like that topic is on my Gumba. That's how much I love. When I'm in Mudaiga, you can't tell me anything. When I'm in Lavington, you can't tell me anything. When I'm in Kitusuru, you can't tell me anything. That is my happy spot. Yeah. Seeing those homes and seeing how the rich live, that is my happy spot. I was in New Mudaiga, and you guys, I gagged. I really, really gagged. That neighborhood, in case you have the money, and in case you have friends and family who have money, make sure that at least this year you visit New Mudaiga. Not New Mudaiga, but Mudaiga North. Mudaiga North. Guys, people have money. Forget about the wash and gold scam and all that people get money from. People have money. For me, I actually certified that. Being in Mudaiga North, I certified that. People, in Kenyans, people have money. My good Lord. One home like this seated like on 7 hectares of land. Yeah? One home like this. The architecture. My good Lord. My good Lord. Holy Mother Mary. My good Lord. Yeah? Mudaiga North. And I'm pretty sure that with time, that land is going to double and triple when it comes to listings. Yeah, that land is going to triple. I'm pretty sure. Mudaiga North is where everything ends from. And I kid you not, if I had the money, I know I don't have that money, even a quarter, or I don't have that money, but in case I had the money, I would just go to Mudaiga North. That plot of land or that hectare of land that is over 100 million Kenyan shillings, I'm pretty sure in 5 years, 10 years, it is going to have appreciated to 1 billion Kenyan shillings. Yeah, because the other estate, the security, my good Lord, that video will be coming out very soon. I first of all uploaded for you a video about Mudaiga North, but it didn't have any context. But I'm planning on going back and to just put on information about it, and you guys enjoy and know how I was feeling. But Mudaiga North, it's where everything ends from. I loved Kitusuru so much, but right now Mudaiga North. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that if it was not for Gabrielle, I wouldn't have reached here. Yeah, because when I came to Nairobi, my plan was to just go around, go to KMTC, probably pack my bags, go back to Uganda. Initially, I was supposed to leave Nairobi on the 10th of this month. Yeah, 10th this month. Yeah, I was supposed to leave Nairobi on 10th of this month. And I talked to Gabrielle. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to extend a little bit because I had now seen more projects I can do as a solo traveler who is on a quite tight budget. But in case it was not for Gabrielle, I wouldn't even have done the decisions I've done when it comes to bringing you, for example, Nyayo Estate. Now, Nyayo Estate, it was also inspired by him because he introduced me to most of these neighborhoods and taught me that, Tanya, you don't need billion-dollar Kenyan shillings to be able to showcase people how Kenya looks like. You don't need all that money. You don't. If people have money to, for Ubering, and they have money to buy all these cars and move around and showcase, it is a privilege and I'm happy for them. But where I am financially right now, I can't do that. And he taught me that you can move on your feet and explore out these things. When you get tired, that is okay. That's why actually we're in Karen. And a lot of you guys were like, oh, Tanya, Karen is big. You cover just a quarter of Karen. You just cover a small bit of Karen. It is okay. It is okay because first of all, we are on foot and we are just trying to explore out things. And I was telling Gabrielle, you see Gabrielle, I was telling him last time, I'm telling you guys right now, you see, this experience has really changed my mind. I really can't, I can't even explain to you very well, guys. But just know this experience being in Nairobi, Kenya, hey, it has changed my mind. It opened patterns to my brain. Right now, I know things I don't know when it comes to real estate. Right now, I see projects back in Kampala, Uganda that are really, really, that can really be given a little bit of boost and they can change a little bit on social media. Right now, I look at money in a different way. Right now, I look at apartments and lavish living in a different way. I look at middle class living in a different way. I look at job opportunities at a different way. Because also here, I realize that a lot of you guys don't know what you are sitting on. And let's be realistic. Even let me get closer on this. You guys, you are very lucky. If you know the amount of Ugandans who can trade their Ugandanese to become Kenyans. Guys, I have messages here on this phone. This is my work phone. Ugandans just asking, my good Lord, like because of the experiences I've been sharing, how they can get to Nairobi, how they can stay in Nairobi, because of all the opportunities. Eh? All the opportunities, the business, the population here. Just go in Isili and see. Just go to Kamkunji. Just go to, people are thriving and they are making money. But most of you guys, this one I'm talking slowly, most of you guys don't know that you are sitting on gold. You don't know the opportunities you have here are immense, starting from internet. In case you can literally run businesses on internet, here you make a lot of money. In Uganda, it is not there. In Uganda, the culture is very, very rigid. In Uganda, we move on culture and custom. Culture and custom most of the time limits us to blossom and grow. But you guys don't have that here. That is the first thing. In case you can utilize the internet, you can make a lot of money. Second thing, there are very, very many side hustles here that in case you just put a vegetable stock somewhere, you can still work and get some money. In Uganda, you can, but because of the culture and custom and a lot of other things that surround it, you might not. The education system here, it is really very, very marketable. The transportation here, it is a hub. Commerce, a lot of things. So you guys don't know. And I've been telling also a lot of friends I've been meeting. I told Thiongo, I've been telling Gabrielle and the different people I met that Kenyans have gold, but they don't know. Ugandans are just striving to see how can they stay in Kenya. I know of girls and boys who are really trying to get work permits. And I have all these messages in my inbox. They are really trying to get work permits to just make sure they stay here legally. Some of them have actually started looking out for different false routes. For example, getting married. Forgery marriage. I made a video. My camera is right here. For people who just came in, I just made a video about marriage and why Ugandans are getting married to Kenyans to stay here legally. But people are looking into different routes on how they can stay here. Because the opportunities here are immense. You guys are you have a component that Ugandans don't have. And this is general even for our president. He also doesn't have, and he usually talks about this. It is courage. Kenyans, you guys have grown up with courage, especially from the president who was on for a very long time. When that president left, I don't speak the name, but when that president who you had over 20 years left, all the coming generations you guys have, coming generation of presidents you guys have been having, one thing it has taught you, especially the current young generation, is courage. You guys are courageous, you speak up for yourselves, you are hardworking, you can be able to analyze things. Back in Uganda, we are limited by the culture and custom of our king, of our, the social kind of, like grooming and morals. You don't speak about different things. You don't say different things. You don't indulge in different things. Here it is quite different. And that is why I'm always telling these people that I meet that be grateful, because elsewhere it is different. Elsewhere it is quite different. And a lot of Ugandans are trying their best, like hoping and praying that they get this business permit. Last time I was in Kiambu, I met a Ugandan. He came in Kenya in 2016. And he just got his work permit right now. Just imagine. He got in Kenya in 2016. But because the way how Kenyan education system works, the way how they equate those documents, most of the time they might get your degree, then put it down, maybe it becomes a diploma. And also it comes to the social kind of community you have. You guys here, you should know someone. In case you know someone, life is going to be easier for you. In case you know someone, you will get a job. In case you know someone, things of a sort. And it took him from 2016, he just got his work permit right now. The guy was very happy. The guy brought his wife to Nairobi right now. The guy is like, I was looking at this guy and I was like, now this is the American dream in Africa. The guy was very happy. He sat me down. He bought me a cappuccino. He was very happy. He showed me the work permit. He showed me where he's working right now. He's working at a restaurant at some mall along Kiambu Road. He's getting 35,000 Kenyan shillings. Now, 35,000 Kenyan shillings might not look very much to you, but 35,000 Kenyan shillings in Ugandan shillings, it's 1.35 million Ugandan shillings. That is the power of you guys here in Nairobi, Kenya. And that is what you don't know. 35,000 Ugandan shillings, it is like over 1 million. Okay, maybe 1.2, 1.3 because of the exchange rate. But that is how much this guy is getting. The guy doesn't have the best education, but he's getting 1.3 1.2 million Ugandan shillings. In Kenyan shillings, it is 35,000 Kenyan shillings. You know, now how can you tell such a person to go back to Uganda and go back to that preserved, reserved culture? He bought his wife, was showing me the pictures. I was just stunned. If you saw me, guys, I was perverse, just like this, because I was like, now this is American dream in Africa. The guy is getting 1.2. He's a chef. He was telling me that the best amount of money he has ever worked for as a chef in Uganda. By the way, the guy is in his 42 something of a sort. But he told me since he qualified, since he qualified while he was back in Uganda, the best amount of money he was getting was 7,000 Kenyan shillings. That is about 22,000 Ugandan shillings. The guy already had a girlfriend. They had a kid. That money cannot sustain someone realistically when it comes to the cost of living, even in Uganda, even in Kenya. And he told me he came to Nairobi 2016. He started building his way forward. He knew that the only way he's going to survive in Nairobi as a man is going to, first of all, learn Swahili. So he learns Swahili. It was very hard for him. And after learning Swahili, then he learns Gikuyu. After learning Kikuyu, then learning Kikuyu opened a little bit of doors for him. He get into connections, getting to know friends, building authentic friendships, and being there for people. He was actually emphasizing me that, Tanya, one thing you can do for Kenyans when you are here, try to make sure that you be honest. Be honest with them and be a person someone can follow on. Because whenever you are that to them, they'll also, whenever they get opportunities, they'll literally call you. So he was telling me after he learned Gikuyu very well, it was hard for him to learn the language, but he made a couple of few friends, and they started calling him for some small jobs under the counter. They call them under the counter. I'm talking slowly so that the Kenyan police doesn't know. Immigration officers don't know, but that is how Ugandans survive. Some of them without papers here, so they work under the counter. Maybe they are doing work, but maybe as shamba man or shamba boss, house girl, or they are working in restaurants, but behind there they are not the main chef. They are not put on employment list, and they are paid like how much like the employer wants to pay them. So he was telling me that's how he survived. 2016 it was hard. 17, 18, he started learning very well. 2018, 19, 20, he lost a boy. He went back to Uganda. It was quite hard. Comes back after COVID. He starts going around, tried establishing up a small restaurant, but the work permit was hard. But you would feel the tension in his voice, but at the climax, the happiness he has because he has finally attained a Kenyan license and getting over 1.3 million Ugandan shillings. That money, you can do a lot with it in Uganda. You can do a lot with that money back in Uganda, because back in Uganda you can get a plot of land somewhere in the village for 2 million Ugandan shillings. 2 million Ugandan shillings is like what? 1, 2, 3, like 55 or 60,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, you can get a plot of land for that amount of money. That's why I'm saying that he's very happy, because now he's living the Kenyan dream. He's living the New York dream of Africa. Yeah, but where we came from this conversation, it was all about, you guys are blessed and you don't know that you are blessed. You guys are lucky, but you don't know that you are lucky. Somewhere else, they are really trying to see that they get here legally, work here legally, study here legally. I'm the live example, because as I told you at the start of the vlog, my dream was to come here, get into KMTC, because KMTC is the dream of every nurse in Africa. Yeah, getting your diploma or your degree at KMTC or Aga Khan University Hospital is a dream of every nurse in Africa or in East Africa. So that's why I'm saying that you guys are very, very blessed and you really don't know. So try to appreciate, be grateful, because some of us who are just traveling here, we are really looking at these opportunities and we are just hopeful that in case this was in Kampala, my good Lord, if this was in Uganda, oh dear, if this was in Kampala, oh dear, and things of the sort. But where all this came from was just inspiring you guys that there is a lot to do in Nairobi. Gabrielle works in construction, and he's telling me that next year is going to be one of the greatest years of Kenya when it comes to construction, infrastructure, and the facelift of Nairobi, Kenya. And I was just imagining that if I was here, the whole year, When all these changes are taking place, I would be the happiest. My good Lord. I would be the happiest if I was going to be here next year. Because next year there are very, very many projects going on in Nairobi, the viaduct project. There is a railway station being established, Kampala to Nairobi. It is starting, Mombasa to Nairobi. It is starting next year. There are a couple of new highways, renovations, and streams, and what. So all those are opportunities that content creators can use to maximize, monetize, and get money. Then second of that, it also comes with other opportunities, maybe especially people are going to be around those places. Yeah. So in simplicity, you guys make it the point that you utilize and be grateful, because for us as foreigners coming here, we really see the opportunity. How I wish you can see me walking through Nairobi. How I wish you can see me walking through Nairobi. Amore is majestic. Last time a friend was telling me, Tanya, you are walking like a Nairobian. Then I was telling him, in a few years I'll be a Nairobian because of how clean those streets are. It is not all glittering and gold, but you can, that freeness, people are free. You don't feel that tinge of the culture restriction like how it is back in Uganda. You don't feel your heart hurting because of the restriction and the capability not to speak, because in Uganda, speak and die. Yeah, speak and die. The courage is not there in simplicity. So yeah, in simplicity, guys, I think that brings me to the end of this live stream. I really enjoyed chatting with you. This has been one of those midday live streams that I've done, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Luxurious Living said, keep going, bro. I'm very thankful. Luxurious Living has been one of those people who has been very, very consistent with my channel. I'm very grateful for you for always coming back and supporting. I want to also thank Simi. Yeah, Simi has also been one of those people who has really watched almost every other vlog I've published out. And Shifting News, I see him already in the chat. And the rest of you guys who haven't mentioned anything, I just hope and pray that the good Lord protects you and you realize the opportunities. Yes, realize the opportunities. You have very many opportunities here that you don't know. Before you travel to the States, Saudi Arabia, whatever, just ask yourself, why are there over 22,000 Ugandans entering Kenya every year? Yeah, but before even I end the vlog, first of all, guys, first ask that yourself. Why are there over 22,000 Kenyan Ugandans entering Kenya every year? I was looking at these statistics today morning. Every year, Kenya receives over 22. Where is even the number? Every year, Kenya receives, where is it? 22. Let me even show it to you guys. Kenya receives over 22,559 people from Uganda. Only Uganda, not from Rwanda. Remember that also Rwanda, it is there. Not from Burundi, not from Tanzania. Tell me why. Before you move out and before you say that Kenya has not given you enough opportunities, just ask yourself, why are we Ugandans trying our best that we come here, stay here legally, contribute to the economy as we survive and thrive? When you get the answer to that question, you will know how much you guys are blessed. Yeah, there are a lot of things that are not going great, and I'm not saying that everything is going great, but I'm saying that there are a lot of things that are going well compared to other places. Yes, believe it or not, take it. I've heard a lot of you guys saying that if it was not for this person, Nairobi will be very far. If it was not for this person, Nairobi will be very far. Have you thought about if it was not for that person somewhere else, where those countries would be? Have you thought about that? When you think about that, you'll get the guts to really know that it is really upon you guys. It starts with you. Before even we come in, like the 22,000 they are speaking about Ugandans traveling to Nairobi, Kenya, it starts with you. Before even us coming, you guys can already be able to establish up yourself in this majestic villain country, because it is what it is. It is what it is. The period of time I've been here in Nairobi, Kenya, I've made more friends than the friends I would have made in Kampala, Uganda in the last 1.5 months. I've met people. People have supported. People have sent me M-Pesas. In Uganda, who has that time for you? No one has that time for you. People have been so generous with my content. People have advised me holistically. And when I talk about holistically, I'm talking about all those other aspects of life. The simplistic majesty, yeah, when it comes to that, is that I can be able to improve. You can never find that in Uganda. And I'm Ugandan, I've grown up Uganda, 27, almost 28. Ugandans, we have that bracket. We just cover up ourselves like, I don't know, it's happening to them. I don't want to care. In Kenya, it is quite different. The simplicity of life here and the way how people are groomed up here with that virtue of courage that a lot of us miss back in Kampala, Uganda, it is one thing that keeps attracting me to be here, and I guess a lot of other Ugandans to be here. So before you guys say this or that about your country, just make it the point that you appreciate your country. And imagine why 22,000 Ugandans are traveling to Nairobi every year. Yeah, if you doubt this, after this live stream, go on Google, check. Uganda is one of the top countries that their citizens come here. Not even half of the amount of Kenyans who go to Uganda. But just ask yourself, why is that happening the way how it's happening? Why is it happening the way how it's happening? It is because what I told you earlier on, the opportunities here are immense. They are immense. They are really immense. Even when you are not in someone else's plate. In Uganda, we say, don't come to my plate. I can decide to be here on YouTube and I can be able to earn a living. That's what I'm saying. Without even going to, disturbing someone or I don't know. Just that, just being in Kenya, just breathing Kenyan oxygen, that is enough for me to make money. I was telling the amount of friends I've met here. I've met people from Kisumu, I've met people from Kiambu, I've met people from everywhere, people who live in the States, people here. The amount of period of time I've spent literally here. And it has been a small period of time. Yeah, it has been a small period of time, but all this time I've met all those people. The amount of friends I've met, the amount of cappuccinos. I'm a guy who enjoys cappuccino. Hey, I'm a guy who enjoys cappuccino. I love coffee. Uganda is known for its coffee. But when I came to Nairobi, initially I didn't know that you guys actually have a lot of coffee here. But when I went to Kiambu, I confirmed that. But the amount of people who have bought me cappuccinos, I enjoy cappuccino, I enjoy coffee. So saying all this, I'm just trying to make sure that I brighten you when it comes to that particular factor of being grateful for your country, because where we come from, some of us, it is quite different. It is very, very different and quite hard. Where we come from, you talk and die. It's not like the courage you guys have here. Where I come from, you talk and die. That's why a lot of people are just reserved. So with only that, just be appreciative of your country, love your country, keep showing people hospitality. And the reason why I'm in Nairobi here, it is because of hospitality. If you have been following me for a very long time, you know. The first day I landed here in Nairobi, the first time I came, I used a plane, Uganda Airlines, flying in from Nairobi, from Kampala, from Entebbe. The experience at the airport was the worst, because I know Ugandans are very reserved, but they love to show fake smiles to visitors. But getting on the plane, meeting with Kenyans, Karibu, before even we landed, you are coming to Kenya. That's amazing. Where are you staying? And I'm like, isn't this cunning? Where are you going? You're going to Nairobi. Karibuni. Karibuni Banangi. Karibuni. Karibuni. We get through the 45-minute plane. We land here in Kenyatta. Oh, not in Kenyatta. We land here at JKIA. My God. The laugh. For me, I was just smiling. And I'm like, are these people mad? What? They are very welcoming. Do they want to eat me? Because where I come from, it is not. It is completely different. It is different. People in Uganda reserved. You don't tell them anything. You don't. Because of the culture and the customs and things there, they just keep us locked up. Fake smiles. That's what you'll find in Kampala, Uganda. But landing at JKI, going through the terminals, the guy who was stamping my passport was an older guy. He had gray hair. But I was like, the guy was very welcoming. Is this your first time in Nairobi? Then I was like, yeah, it's my first time in Nairobi. Oh, karibuni Nairobi. Karibuni sana. So where are you staying? Actually, he didn't ask me any question. He just stamped that passport, and with no time I was out of the airport. But that love, that freeness, that audacity, that connection. It is what we are missing, most of us, especially from the countries where we come from, because of the political and economic situations there. That's what we are usually missing. And when you come here, you feel free, you feel light, you can talk to anyone, you can ask questions about anything without being judged, without being, things of a sort. But all that journey was amazing journey. The guy who bought us in the Uber the first time I traveled to Nairobi, Kenya, he was amazing. He was a sweetheart. He was amazing. He was an older guy. He was slightly brown, but the way he didn't understand English very well, but the way how he was very, very good holding the luggages, taking us around and telling us, now this is Westlands. Now Westlands, you come here to have this and this and this. But obviously with broken English, but trying to understand, obviously, with a little bit of Kiswahili. Now, driving through that bypass. Now this is this. And I was like, in Uganda, to find a guy of this age trying to tell you all this information, who has that time? They don't have that time. So the hospitality is one thing that I really loved about Nairobi, Kenya. And I was telling my mom last time is that my mom. I was telling my mom last time while I was speaking to her. I usually speak to her usually in the evenings before she goes to sleep. But I was telling her, mom, I would live in Nairobi without even having a job. And she was like, how are you going to survive there? Because I'm no longer sending you money, you're an adult man. But I was telling the people, for me, if in case someone can just tell me, Tanya, come sleep here, I know that person is not going to make me suffer. Because I've seen, for example, Gabrielle, you wake up for example, when I just arrived at Gabrielle's place, you wake up in the morning, Gabrielle has tea ready for you. He wants to make sure that you have eaten, you have drunk, you okay, you are not cold. Who gets that attention in Uganda? No one has that time. If you are an adult, you are an adult. No one has time for you for that. But that care, it is something we are missing, and most of us is something that is bringing us back and forth here in Nairobi, Kenya. You have eaten, you make sure you have your jacket on, you are safe, he translates for you things, I'm like, my good lord, what is this kind of caribou of people? Then also, there is a vlog I did, and one of you guys told me, Tanya, it's not all that gold. There are some people with bad hearts. I really do understand that majestically, that there are some people who have malice hearts. And coming from African culture, as an African, Bantu, I'm also a Bantu, I'm Uganda by tribe, so we are Bantu. As a lot of tribes here in Nairobi, Kenya, we have a lot of things that combine us, that differentiate us. I know that Bantu usually have that issue of self-sabotage. Believe it or not, or take it. A lot of time we have that issue. Most of us are not supportive. Most of us are not supportive to each other. I know that even in Uganda. But someone has told me, Zizo said, hello Tanya, keep going. Thank you very much for coming. Please don't forget to like the video. I appreciate you a lot and a lot. But what I was saying is this. A lot of us, especially Bantu tribes and the Nilotics, we have that habit, so we should style up. Yes, should style up. Start loving your fellow human beings. Start loving your fellow... Now this one is for Ugandans and Kenyans. Someone was telling me, Tanya, you haven't met a bad Kenyan. And I was telling them, I hope I don't find them. And I was like, pooh. I hope I don't find them. Because the image I've gotten of Kenyans is something completely different. That I've inspired my sister, my big sister. I've inspired her to come here already. She has traveled here. My other sister, like friends from the United States, like 3 of them have traveled to Nairobi between May and now, inspired them. So I was like, I don't want to experience that according to the recommendations I've made about this country. And you remember the guy who's trying to snatch my phone? I prayed for that guy and I handed him over to Mother Mary to just help him so that he can figure out his life. Because he cannot do that in this majestic country. He's painting a bad picture to our country. Not me saying our country. Okay. To Nairobi, because I'm not yet Kenyan. I apologize for that. But he's painting a bad picture to our country. But I prayed for him for 2 good weeks with making sure that I surrender him to Mother Mary, so that Mother Mary can help him leave that thing of snatching phones and work. Because this country, the opportunities are very many. Why should you snatch someone's phone when you are in a country where over 22,000 Ugandans are fighting to come to? Why should you do that? Opportunities are very immense here. Businesses, you can literally start a business. And you want to snatch a phone? I prayed for her, and I know Mother Mary will help me hold him very well. I don't want him to be killed because I know also you guys tend to be very bitter when it comes to thieves, but I want God to help him so that he can repent and get into the right direction and know that the opportunities start from here. Yeah, I just saw that Shifting News posted a comment. He said, hey, I like the spirit, so encouraging. We look forward to a great and united Africa that is self-sustainable. Yeah, indeed, Shifting News. Indeed, that is the dream. That is the dream. That is the dream. That is the dream. But everything starts from Nairobi, Kenya. Believe it or not, everything starts from Nairobi, Kenya. And I was saying that guy, please, with time, I'm pretty sure God will handle him and he will stop those bad activities of doing so. But I don't want to meet any bad Kenyan. And every day before I move out of the house, when I'm going to be creating content for days I'm in the field, my greatest prayer to God is that I don't want to meet a bad Kenyan. I don't want them to ruin my good image I have about Kenya. I don't want to do that. I don't want at all. So I'm pretty sure I'll not meet them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll not meet them. Yeah, with that said, guys, I think we have been rambling for over an hour. Yeah, we have been rambling for over an hour. I'm just so grateful that you did stick around. If you have not, please like the live stream. Please do like the live stream. It really does help. There is a button somewhere there. You just go click on it and it will show a like button just right there. Yeah, just right there. You just go click on it. It will show a like button. But I've enjoyed actually interacting with a lot of you guys, and I've enjoyed going through all the topics. We started from nursing, KMTC, how I'm not going to be able to go to KMTC. This camera is burning in the sun. How I'm not going to be able to go to KMTC. We went through a little bit of culture shocks. Now we ended up in hospitality and all things, and cappuccinos and coffees and meeting a lot of you guys. But it is what it is. I just enjoyed coming along and discussing with you guys. Thank you very much for people who have been around in the live stream. I really do appreciate you a lot. I want to end this one here. Tomorrow, I mentioned this earlier. Tomorrow, I'm going to be visiting Renson Wekesa, content creator in Nairobi, Kenya. Please go support him. Renson Wekesa. I'm going to be visiting him tomorrow. We shall make some content. Then throughout the next week, I think I'll be with him, and the other week probably be with him, going around through different projects and this and that and that. Before I pack my bags to go back to Kampala, I feel very sad. I don't want even to think about it, but it is the reality. Each day that comes, there is a day reduced for me. Every day that comes, there is a day reduced for me. And I was like, no, I wish these days would be a little bit longer. I don't want to go back to Kampala now, but it is what it is. I'm running out of time, but I'm very thankful, very, very thankful the amount of time I've spent in Nairobi. People I've met, I've met some amazing people. I've met some amazing people. And every person I meet, they buy me cappuccino because they know I love coffee. So yeah, that is a by the way, but I've met so many people, very many people. Earlier on, I told you I met someone at Feather. I met someone at no Free Zone. I met two girls in Utawala. I met someone at Two Rivers Mall. I met someone at the Matatu, and I'm like, these people are watching these videos. They're like, isn't that amazing? People watching you and they really want to come along and say, oh, Tanya, I watch your video. I enjoy your videos and all that. It is always inspiring, man. And I'm always happy to meet you guys. Also, when you meet me, or when you see me somewhere, please don't shy away. I'm this kind, open-hearted person. Very, very happy. Full of benevolence. Yeah, I'm full of benevolence. I love reading. In case, by the way, you also love reading, then we can also connect a lot. I'm a bookworm. I love reading, and I love the English language too. And yeah, don't fear me. I'm also trying to learn Swahili. Let me show you my book. This is my book. I'm trying to learn in Swahili. So I'm trying to learn Swahili in here. So when you meet me also, try to please teach me some Swahili. I'm trying my best so that I learn Swahili. And yeah, we shall definitely connect over a period of time. With that said, guys, I want to end the live stream here, unless if you have any other question. I don't think we have any other question. We have been alive for almost an hour. I don't think we have any other question. But I want to thank you very much for watching, and let me meet you in my next one. I have a vlog coming up very soon. I've been trying to upload the leftover vlogs. If you realize that most of these vlogs are not like that. the topics are not consistent, but that is absolutely okay. It's because I'm pushing out these older videos. I had videos from Isili 3 weeks ago I had not posted. I had videos from Kiambu. I was in Kiambu last week. 2 of them right now, a good thing are out. I have videos, some of them have not released them. So I'm going through my gallery to make sure that I push out most of these videos so that I have a little bit more space to create in the next few weeks. Yeah, Tanya Dishai switching out. Bye for now. I hope you guys have been able to, except if you have any other question. I'm going to just wait for 2 minutes. I'll just wait for 2 minutes to see. In case there is a question, I'll answer it. In case there is no question, I'll just end the live stream. Yeah. I'll just wait. But in case you guys are done, you can always leave. For me, I've said bye to you. But in case someone has a question, leave it there. I'll answer it in 2 minutes. When it clocks 3, it's almost 3. It's almost 3. When it clocks 3, then I'll end the live stream. In case you have a question, leave it there. Yeah. Oh, Shifting News said it has been great being here. Bye for now. Bye for now. Thank you very much, Shifting News. I appreciate you. Gabrielle introduced me to you the first time I came, introduced me to your content. I watch most of your videos. The big issue is that most of the time I watch on TV. That's why I can't comment very well. But in case I'm watching on device, I'll make sure that I put a comment to show that I'm watching. Most of the time I'm watching on TV, and on TV you can't comment. So, but most of the time I'm watching. Just know I'm watching, I'm rooting for you, and I just hope the best for you. Yeah, the best is yet to come because I'm seeing Shifting News in the next 1 year. You have to be at 100,000 subscribers with the kind of content you are bringing. You are bridging that gap between Kenyans in the diaspora and Kenya and their country, and that is amazing. You are bridging that gap. So I'm pretty sure that people will continue loving your content, subscribing to you, and I pray the best for you. And I just hope Holy Mother Mary protects you and gives you more wisdom to continue pushing, to continue going, and create good, amazing content. Yeah. So I have 1 minute, guys. In case someone has a question, leave it for me there. In case there is no question, I'll leave the live stream. Yeah. Did I put, let me just put, before actually I end the live stream, before I end the live stream, let me just put Wekesa's channel right there. Before I end the live stream, let me just put Wekesa's channel in the comments there. Renson Wekesa, so that you guys can go subscribe to him. Let me just put his channel right there, and also Shifting News and Turning Point Africa, so that you guys go support them, subscribe to them. So I'm putting the name of the channel right there. This is Renson Wekesa. Renson Wekesa is a Kenyan YouTuber also. Please go support him. I just put his name in the chat. Then Shifting News has been in the chat already. So you guys, I think you have been seeing him, but I'll write again for you guys to see. This is Shifting News. You can also go support him, Shifting News. I just put his channel in the, I know that he has been commenting, but I think it will be much visible for me to post it as the main creator, Shifting News. That is the name of the channel. Then Turning Point Africa, it is the channel for Gabrielle, my host in Nairobi, Kenya this time around. Turning Point Africa. I just put his channel also in the chart. And Shifting News just said, much humbled and thank you for support. Your manifestation is so great, and I say, man, you have given me a reason to continue pushing to more greatness. Thank you very much. That is very small. That is very small. Shifting News, that is very small. That is very, very small. That's the least I can do anyway, but that is very small. It shouldn't anyway, but it is very small. Looking at your content, I know you are going to be big. I'm looking at Dolphin 254 right now, and I'm like, I started watching Dolphin back, like I think last year when she visited Uganda. I think that's when I started watching dolphin. And right now, the way how dolphin is killing it, she is killing it. I usually watch her also on my or watch her videos, but the main issue that I don't usually watch on phone, so commenting is really hard. I usually watch on TV, but yeah, she's killing it, and I'm pretty sure you are in the same line with her. You are going to be killing it, continue killing it, and smashing it and smashing it, and I just hope that you continue holding arms, hands of other content creators. Please do. In case you're a content creator out there, I'm seeing 6 people in the chat. In case you're a content creator out there, help out these people. When people approach you, they need some advice, they need some collaboration here and there. Give them the opportunity, because you never know. That's the pan-Africanism we are talking about. You never know where this person, you'll find them. For me, I've been in the nursing field, and I've been on wards back in Kampala, Uganda. I've worked on the medical ward, dialysis ward, all those different places. But I've met people I had met maybe 2, 3 years earlier on, maybe by the road, maybe in conferences, in meetings, and I was just like, if this person had behaved very poorly on me, would I be able to do this for them? Because in nursing care, there are a lot of different things we do, not for ourselves, but for our patients. But that's just a slight example. In case such a person had behaved poorly upon me, in case I had behaved poorly upon this delegate, would they even have ability to tip me this amount of money? Would they even have the ability to recommend me to go do nursing care or diabetes or hypertensive management kind of things in their homes and give me this money? No, it can't. So that is an example I can give, because I'm a nurse. I'm from the nursing field. But whoever approaches you, especially if you're a content creator, try to make sure that you help them, give them time. YouTube has no script. I'm going to drop you. YouTube has no script. Just help anyone that come to you. Reply to their email, reply to their messages, help them learn things, help them learn this and that and that. YouTube has no script. And today the person you are minimizing, tomorrow might be that. It might be in a very big position. So in case you had treated that person badly, you have to keep that at the back of your mind. When someone approaches you, hello Tanya, please help me on this. For example, I have some good experience on YouTube in video editing. I've scripted, I've done so much. It is just that you guys right now are seeing me on YouTube, but behind closed doors, I've scripted videos that have performed very well on YouTube in Uganda. I've directed videos back in Kampala, Uganda. I've edited in big kind of platforms, because I've been doing this job for like over now, 9, 8 years, since I was a very junior Gen Z, because right now I'm almost 28. So I've been doing this thing for a very long time. Just because right now I'm also coming to put more energy in YouTube, but behind closed doors, I've been really doing it. And in case someone now approaches me with that information, Tanya, how can I script? Tanya, how can I edit? Tanya, how can I do this? What is SEO? What are thumbnails? What are this and this and this? And that is the information I have. I have to give them that information, because if I don't, then it means that I've bailed out the whole experience I've had over a period of time. I understand creating courses for sale, and I do that also, but there is also someone meeting you from a perspective of help, So let's try to be as helpful as we can to each other, because you never know. I love content creating, but I don't think that I'm going to be doing it full time. No, my dream is to become a PhD holder in nursing. I want to sit on those boards where we make nursing rules and regulations. So regardless of the fact that I'm content creating right now, it is my dream, but it's not something that can push me away from people. No, it can't. Why not? I know that this period of time I'm supposed to be creating content, people will enjoy it, but with time, electricity is fluctuating. Let me first change this electricity. It is actually fluctuating. I have to switch it off. I had to switch it off, but anyway, what I was saying is that let's try to be as helpful as we can to other people. Shifting News Just Sale, Delphine Toxic has been a mentor to me for real. We've done content together previously, and she also facilitated my meetup with Yugi Connect and Harriet the Traveler. She destined to grow bigger. Yeah, she's amazing. I've been seeing her content. I've been following them for a very long time. All those people, they are amazing people. They create some bad content, like good, not bad like bad, but some mad content. I just feel like something is wrong. I don't know what is wrong, but I just feel like something is wrong in this house. Nevertheless, yeah, I've met most of those people. I love their content, and yeah, it has been just amazing to be able to follow them over time and hearing that she has been helping you. That is also amazing. She's really killing it on the platform here in Nairobi, Kenya, and we just hope the best for her. And yeah, with that said, guys, I think that brings me to the end of the live stream. And thank you very much for watching. Let me meet you in my next one. Bye for now. Hopefully this time around I don't have any other question. Do I? Hopefully this time around I don't have any other question. Except if you guys have any other question, but I hope I don't have any other question. I'm seeing 6 people in the chat. If you just came in, please give me my like. Though I'm going, but I'm going with my like. Give me my like. Give me my like somewhere. The like button is just below there. Below there somewhere. If you have been around or you haven't liked yet, please like. It is below there. Yeah, let me meet you in my next one. Bye for now.